Hey, quick update. I'm taking the motor out and transmission and drivetrain so that we can work on the engine bay area, and I need to refinish the frame here. I'd like to refinish all of these frame pieces, so I'm gonna pull the motor out so that I can get this front frame end or frame piece off. So I've disconnected everything up above. We'd already kind of done all that. I just had a few hoses that needed to be disconnected. So most everything is off of there now. And all I've really got is a couple of motor mounts right in there, one in there and one right there. So right here, I'm removing the drive line and then needed to get the shifter out so that the transmission would slide out. The shifter is actually attached to the gearbox. And so I needed to get the transmission lowered down. So I'm right now trying to get the bolts out of the cross member and then lower the transmission down so that I could get the shifter off. And there's a bunch of bolts holding this. I was actually really surprised that my 18-year-old self was able to actually put that shifter in, because it was a lot more complex than I remember. But once I got all those bolts out of the shifter, which took a while, it took a long time. And then I also needed to get the exhaust out of the way, so I took a couple of minutes and disconnected the exhaust from the exhaust manifold. But then finally got it out and was able to get the car down. And then we were going to roll the car back so I could use the lift to actually lift the motor itself out. So anyway, so we rolled actually I forgot though that I had to disconnect the motor mounts first. Once I got the motor mounts out, then we rolled it forward and got the lift arms all strapped up to the motor. And then we'll be lifting it out here in a second.
You know, I would have put the arms closer together so you got a little. Got it right there. Keep going. Go ahead. You want me in the back when you roll it? Huh? Go ahead and push it on back. Right? Go ahead and push it on back and I'll be back there.
Well, I'm still hanging up on it. Hang on.
Oh, you're hanging up?
What's catching?
What's it hanging up on?
Oh, the starter is hanging up on the motor mount.
You gonna drop it a little?
Will you walk up and look at that starter and tell me when I'm high enough? Maybe I just need to pull it sideways.
No, there you go. There you go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Wait, let me get it back.
It's not gonna go anywhere.
You don't think so? Go ahead, push it back. Car back? How far are you gonna push it back? Push it back where you need.
I'm just gonna go back far enough I can set this right on the ground.
Got a wood block?
Yep, right here.
You want it farther?
Right there. Yeah, so once we got it up, I had a furniture dolly that I decided to use that I was going to strap it down to and be able to move it around the garage until we decide what we're doing with this motor. Because at this point, we haven't decided if we're going to buy a donor motor, like a big V8, and put a big V8 in it, or if I'm just going to rebuild this motor and use this little bit smaller motor for the first couple of years and do all the body work, and then later on we could put a bigger motor in it, like a 6.6 Chevy V8 or, you know, something like that. So some of those are pretty expensive unless we can find a donor vehicle that's got one that will fit. So we're thinking right now body work, get all the frame, get all the rust off of it, and get it drivable unless we find something for a really good deal. So anyway, this is a pretty big step to get the motor out, get the arms put back so that we can actually roll it back into the garage, and the next step will be to get the front chassis off.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Kathy, come help me move it.
got a big hole here now. Woohoo! Well, 59-minute video,
So, what
but
do
it's
you-
out. We got the motor over here. And the transmission. Well,
No big deal, hour and it's out.